boys. How you feeling? A few weeks into the season, things rolling along okay?
Yeah, mate. Obviously, a bit of a disrupted start to the season for myself, missing a couple of games, but yeah, really enjoying being back out there, and yeah, just hopefully we can build on the combinations that we have at the moment and keep improving. But that's coming down to individuals and each of us putting in the work.
What do you take out of the Raiders game, mate?
I think we can take a lot out of our first half, and then a lot of learnings out of our second half. It probably, definitely wasn't up to scratch. I think we've only put one 80-minute performance against the Bulldogs this year. So yeah, it's obviously something that we need to focus on, is hanging in there and playing that full 80 minutes. And yeah, I guess you can you can get away with it when you're winning, and you can take a lot of learnings from it.
Always a big game against the Sharks. What's impressed you most about their start to the season?
Oh yeah, just they're playing with a lot of energy, and they just look like they're enjoying themselves. Obviously, I feel like Nico and Dale are definitely leading a lot of their footy. So yeah, it's going to be exciting playing against them. And Dale's probably down here at the moment. He's Craig's favourite son, so it's probably a few family dinners before the game on the weekend. But they just look like they're enjoying their footy. They're playing really good footy, and all their players are just footy players. So they're really talented, and it's going to be a big game for us.
How much is it going to hurt for Craig to see Dale in a Sharks jersey?
Oh, it'd probably hurt, but they'll probably have a big hug, big cuddle after the game, so it'll be right.
Harry, you mentioned combinations earlier. What are you seeing in the growth of combination between yourself, between Jerome, between the other sort of Munster, Pappenhausen, as a group, as a leadership group out in the field? You guys seem to really be building and growing along.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's we've probably got a lot of senior players in the forwards, so we're basically calling the shots with the spine's calling the shots, and coming up with majority of the plays. So we got to sort of lead by example on the field and take control of that. And I think we've done a lot of work in the pre-season, and we're improving with that. But yeah, I think there's still a long way for us to come. But yeah, I think for us it's just understanding each other's game week to week, and I think it's hard. Like we all love being involved, and that's when we play our best footy, is when we're all involved. So it's just trying to find that balance and go from there.
Harry, you recently recommitted your future here. How much would you like to see Cam Munster do the same? And how important would it be for the club if you were to keep him long term?
Yeah, I think that's really important and a really big one. I really hope he does stay, but at the end of the day, it's up to Cam and what's best for him and his family. He's got a little family now, so he's still got this year and next year, and mate, we don't want to look too far ahead. Everyone in the squad's just focused on this season. Got a few players departing, so we can't really look to next year and what it's going to look like. We can just focus on the now.
I know it's been a few weeks since you made your own decision. What was the biggest factor for you? I mean, obviously you would have thought about offers from Queensland or elsewhere, but what was the key reason you wanted to stay here for the next few years?
I think we just it's exciting to be able to play alongside guys like Paps and Jerome, Welchie, but I think a big thing for me was just hearing a lot of the old boys coming back, and they just love this club and what it's done for them, and they always have a connection here, and I think that was a really big one for me, just just that bit of belonging, and how much the club means to those old boys. So I think that was a really big one for me, and I think if we can keep a core group together, I think we can continue to build on what those past players have done down here.
There were some of the older guys that did speak and really push that message about the club.
Oh, not just one, mate. It's all of them. We're very lucky here with our history and our past. We have Craig and Frank, who have been in touch for so many years. You got the guys still involved, coaching staff. All our coaching staff have deep connections to the club. So, very lucky throughout the pre-season and throughout the season. We can always touch on our history, and I think that's pretty cool. Not many clubs have that. So, I enjoy that. I like that, and I know when all the old players come back, you know, they tell some stories and you know what the club means to them, and it's pretty special.
Harry, what sort of growth have you seen from Jerome as a halfback and as a playmaker in the last couple of years? And what have you seen from him as he sort of gets used to that spot?
Probably just his head. He's getting real big-headed. He's getting a few raps. Nah, definitely not his golfing game. I think he's pretty average. But I played with Jerome in Sunny Coast Falcons, and he was very talented. He was always a fullback. And I remember one game he played in the halves, and he had like 4 try assists and 2 tries, and he's just a freakish talent. He's just an instinctive player. But over the last couple of years, he's really. He's who we look to on the field. You know, he controls everything. He calls the shots, and you know, his kicking game's really improved. Defensively, he's really improved, and everyone knows how much he's improved as a halfback. So I'm just glad I'm playing with him and not against him.
What's it been like building that connection between the bunch of you guys? 'Cause it's not like Smith and Cronk and Slater who grew up basically together and played together for years before they got in. You guys have had to sort of form things. What's it been like to sort of try and form those?
Yeah, as I said before, we were pretty lucky. Like we all played together at Sunny Coast Falcons, I think. Myself and Paps, 2018, 2019. Paps sort of started playing NRL 2019, and same with Jerome. Like he was there at the Falcons. They had to sort of juggle who was playing where. You know, I think Paps and Hughes were fighting for the fullback spot, but I think that's been a huge thing. We had that sort of relationship, and we were playing together away from the NRL, which really helped, and I think it's helped a lot of the players that you look at our squad, and I was playing with Jazzy Olam and Tui and a lot of those guys at the Falcons, like Nico, even though he's moved on last year, his season. But yeah, I think that's really a big thing for us, and something we do well here, and the coaches really push is playing consistently well at Q Cup level, and then it only sets you up for good performances in the NRL.
Did you like having an announcement with all 3 of you, or a bunch of you were in the announcement for your re-signings and stuff, or was that, were they taking your firepower away from you and your spotlight away from you?
Oh no, it's not about the spotlight or firepower. I think that's just a good thing for the club that there's a few players committed for a few more years. But yeah, as I said before, we're not really focused too far down the track. It's just more about this season and what we can do this season.
With Cam, do you sort of just like leading B? You don't really speak about around the club, his contract and that sort of stuff? Yeah,
mate. That's his decision. So obviously, he knows all the boys love him and want him to stay here. And he's a player you want to play alongside. Definitely don't want to play against him. I played against him when I was at the Tigers, and it wasn't fun. But I just leave it up to him, and he'll make the right decision.